the scariest game I've ever played. Maybe that's a lie. Maybe you don't agree with that. But I'm going to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's today because the movie comes out today and I'm very excited. You also notice in the background there's gameplay of the very first game. I looked at the controls really quick, looked how to, open the camera, whatever, and then left and went right on to the sixth night and said, you know what, I can do it. So we're going to talk about while I take on the second hardest night because I've never actually done 2020. And I didn't feel like recording 2020 for the video because it would just be a lot of jump scares in the background. So without further ado, let's talk. But why I think this is still, to me, my favorite horror game, one of the scariest games that still gets me. And that's because of the atmosphere. You can look at Outlast, or you can look at Amnesia and say they're really terrifying, which they are. I mean, they're, buildings that they're both in are like abandoned and they're creepy, especially Outlast and the first one, in the abandoned asylum with all sorts of crazy people and whatnot. But the scary thing about that is in Outlast, you can move around and you can hide and underneath stuff and in stuff, I believe, and you can run away. In Five Nights at Freddy's, you are technically trapped. You cannot move. You're stuck in this office for 6 hours or minutes or whatever, while the animatronics move towards you. And your only defense is the doors, but you have limited power, of course. I guess I'm doing more of a summary. So, once the power goes out, you're dead, unless, you're right at 5 a.m. and you get 6 a.m. and you win. But, that's the scary thing, is you're literally trapped, you're cornered, you cannot move, you have no tools, you have no weapons to defend yourself, you just have doors. I understand that there are fan-made games where you can go out and move, but that's also kind of like a bad idea. Whereas, of course, in the VR mode, you can, peek your head out the door and, look down, which is scary in itself. But, this is scary stuff. Again, you cannot move. And you're just, you're waiting for, they're coming at you, the animatronics, and you're just waiting for them to move towards you. And it's terrifying. It's scary. And, of course, certain jump scares might not be scary. Like Chica and Bonnie, that the door gets jammed, or, of course, if you don't realize that, then that's scary. But if you realize the door's jammed, you flick up your monitor, flick it down, and boom, you get jump scared. Obviously, you're expecting that. Foxy, for example, can be, you see him leave the thing, you see him run in, and you can shut the door, so you're expecting it if you're not fast enough. But if, you don't realize that he's gone, he jump scares you, it can be kind of scary. Same with Freddy. Freddy's always scary. You hear his last laugh, but for him, it's always random. You can flick your monitor up to look at the cameras, flick it back down, and he still hasn't attacked you yet, so you know it's coming, you just don't know when. And that's scary. Everything about Five Nights at Freddy's is scary. And again, I wanted to talk about that. I just love the absolute atmosphere the game brings. An old Chuck E. Cheese style pizzeria, and it's worn down. You see cobwebs and stuff, and again, you're cornered, trapped. You cannot move, you cannot hide. You're just waiting for the enemy, I guess, to close in on you as you defend yourself with doors. It's pretty terrifying when you think about it like that. And of course, I'm very excited because I'm going to be seeing the movie on opening day today, which this movie goes out the same day I'm recording this, which is the October the 27th, or the Friday. And the really, really cool thing about this is, I don't know, I really enjoy this series, and I'm hoping the movie will live up to this, especially this first game. Of course, the first game was very simple, story-wise, but if you dig a little deeper by looking at newspaper articles, you learn that it's about 5 children go missing, and the animatronic robot suits start having, blood and mucus coming out of the eyes and mouth, and they start smelling weird, so you kind of assume that, hey, the dead bodies are inside the robot suits. And of course, there's not really anybody else, and they're just moving and whatnot, and then you learn that, well, if someone did that, it's clearly someone killed children. It's a child murder. And when you think about that, Five Nights at Freddy's gets a lot more dark than just being, they're just ghosts possessing animatronics. It's child ghosts that were killed and stuffed into the suits. That's very dark. Which is why I hope the movie does take a sort of a different turn, because no one wants to see kids getting hurt. So I hope maybe they're already possessed, or maybe the robots, it's just AI. Obviously, I know that Matthew Lillard is playing the purple guy, which is the child murderer, so I don't know. But again, maybe they'll take a different turn, who knows. And what I will say is, man, this game, for being a very simple indie game, still has so many secrets. I mean, I showed one right at the start. I guess not a lot of people know that, but you can boop Freddy's nose, or, there's Golden Freddy, and there's, the Crying Child posters, and the different newspaper posters that appear in the hallways and stuff. If you type 1987 You get jump scared by Golden Freddy in the custom night mode. So it's a bunch of really interesting stuff, and this game has done so much. It's still like I said, maybe my favorite horror game of all time. And again, I think it's still really scary if you look at what it is. Obviously, if you play it, yeah, it's jump scares, whatever. But if you actually take a second to think about everything, the atmosphere, the tone, the story, it is very scary. Plus, I do understand, I mean, if you look at me, I hopped back in after like a year of almost not playing the game, and I got the hang of it right away, because it's, I know, very simple, easy pattern. You know, once in the later nights when it gets harder, the doors, you just look at those for Freddy and Chica, Chica and Bonnie, and then the camera, you check on Foxy and check on Freddy so they don't move. It's a very simple, easy pattern that you can really quickly get into. But that makes it also pretty fun, because if you mess up, you know you're done for. But I hope you guys did enjoy this really short video. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's for a couple minutes. I don't know, not necessarily rant, I just wanted to talk. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy nonetheless. Maybe leave a like, maybe leave a nice comment down below, and in that comment, let me know if you're going to see the movie, or if you've already seen it, and what you think about it. But yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy. Have a good day. Bye, guys.